Hello guys, today we are going to discuss about the phase 4 in the DVs. So the phase 4 is about the backups and restorations. So yeah, let us discuss about them and let us say a very good demo on it. So the discussions will be very less today and the demo will be long, so bear with me. So coming to the backups and restorations, right? So what is meant by backup and restoration? So let us say we have a DB and we are storing about 50 GB of data in this, and it is constantly increasing, right? Or one by day, day by day it is increasing by 1 GB, let us say like that. So and there is some cyclone at our database server location, so our DB is crashed. Now, how to recover the data which is in DB? There is no way. So that's why we do backups. So let us say we have this DB and 50 GB is there, and we have another server at some location. Let us say this is in US, and let us say this is in Japan or something. I think I have put in it reverse, but it's okay. So yeah, so let us say there is a flood in the where the US server lies, and we are storing our backups in Japan database server or some. It is just a backup file, so it can be anything. So we are showing our backup here. So after the floods are gone and everything is cool, now our users want data, but they don't have them. They have to recreate their items from start. So without that, we what we will do is again create a database server, run this, restore this backup, and our data will be back. Only drawback here is the database will be having some delay, which is, let us say this is on 29th date and the restoration has happened at first. So 30 and 31 data will not be given to the DB and it will be empty, right? So yeah, this is one thing, but still we are able to recover up to the data which is until 29, right? So this is called backup and restoration. So how these backups and restorations will go on? There are three different things in this backups schedules. So there are commonly used methods. One is full backup, incremental backup, and differential backup. So, what is full backup, what is incremental backup, and what is differential backup? So, we have a DB, and today is, let us say it is Monday, okay? And on Monday, our DB is 50 GB, right? So we have taken a backup today. So we have a backup file which is equal to it of 50 GB, right? And next day, our DB has changed on Tuesday to 60 GB. So again, we will do the full backup, which is 60 GB, and we will delete the past 50 GB and take this. Yeah. So again, so day by day you will do full backup. But what is the problem with this backup? So the amount of time which takes to copy the 50 GB or 60 GB or full data which is uh, has been until now will be increased day by day. So 50 GB, let us say 1 hour, 60 GB will be 2 hours, and 70 GB will be 3 hours, like that it goes on increasing, right? So every day the time which will take to back up the data will be increased. So that is a problem, but still the recovery will be in a single snap. So when you recover, when something happens, when you recover it, you will just recover this one thing, right? There will be no problem. So that is one thing from full backup. Now let us discuss incremental backup. So again, the DB is um, 50 GB on Monday, right? We created a full backup now. Got it? A 50 GB backup, right? On Tuesday, it is increased to 60 GB. Sorry guys, I'm bad at drawing. I'm still learning. So it is 60 GB. What we will do is we will only back up the 10 GB which is increased here. Got it? So as this is already backed up, we'll only back up the 10 GB which is increased here. Similarly on Wednesday to another 10 GB. It need not to be 10 GB but the increased value. Okay. So what we will do on Sunday here? Let us see. So on Sunday what we will do is back up the full backup first, which we have done on Monday, which is a 50 GB thing. If the DB crashes on Monday, let us say, uh, we will back up the 50 GB first, and after that we will back up the incremental backups which we have been stored. Sorry, we will restore. Yeah. So the first thing on Tuesday, this 10 GB, and the second 10 GB on Wednesday, and on Thursday and Friday. So our DB is back again. But this will take more time because we have to back up this first, back up this again, and this should has to be in the order only. Got it? Back up this again, back up this again, back up this again. This should be in sequential order. So this takes more time but less storage, right? And at last, which comes the differential backup. So here what we compare is in the incremental backup, we will back up the data based on the last incremental backup. But in this, we will back up the data on the last full backup. So let us say we have this DB 50 GB, and on next day we will back up 60 GB, and there will be a difference between we will be comparing it between the last thing and for now, so 10, and again, so in the next thing we will not restore again 10 which is increased in this data, but also the 20 which is increased these 2 days. Got it? So again, in this backup we will restore we will back up 30 GB data. Got it? So in incremental, we'll compare one day to one day, which is one incremental backup to another incremental backup. But in the differential, we compare the last full backup and restore the data. So what will happen is when restoring, the DB will be there, right? And let us say there is a crash and our DB is empty now. So we'll take this 50 GB and restore it first. And we'll take the another 50 GB, which is backup at Saturday. And there are two backups. The time is less, the storage is almost equal, right? And the data is restored. That's it. So this is another one thing, but this will also have this drawbacks because we have to the backup will take more time compared to the incremental backups, because the differential backup also will increase its size day by day, right? So that is one trade-off to go. So we have to trade off between here time and storage we have. Got it? So based on these two things, we are going to decide which backup scheduling thing which we are going to decide. So this is about the backups and restorations, and there is another one topic called recovery time objective. And 1 minute. So phase 4 MD. Control Shift V. Yeah, there is this concept called RPO and RTO. So what is meant by this RPO and RTO? RPO means recovery point objective and RTO means recovery time objective. So let us see this with a diagram so you'll get idea. So this is our DB and we will back up every 1 hour. Got it? Which is an incremental backup for now. 1 hour. 1 hour. 1 hour. So again we go to the definition C. Maximum acceptable data loss in case of failure. So what is the data loss in case of failure? So we back up every 1 hour, right? So let us say we are at 5 p.m. now, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. So we have backed up until now. So at this point the DB is crashed. Okay. Now what is the how much data do we lose, right? At this point if it crash, we will lose this 1 hour data because we are not having this backup until this 1 hour, right? So we'll lose this 1 hour data. So let us say we are getting 500 MB every 1 hour. So this is the maximum data loss which we can accept, right? So that is one thing about the RPO. So next comes the RTO, max acceptable downtime before the service must be restored, right? So let us say our DB is crashed here, and we have about until here we have restoration, and we have this 1 hour data not restored. So again, we will spin up a DB, do a full backup, and restore this 1 hour thing. And how much time did we able to manage until the DB server is again up, right? That is the RTO, recovery time objective. So this is also one of the trade-offs which we should compare while designing a backup schedule, RTO and RPO, right? So here is an example such that you can revise this readme.md and know it correctly. So this is the last backup and this is the data return. So this is the, let us say, 1 hour time. So that is the RPO. And again, this here, this 1 hour, this data is lost. And here failure occurs, recovery needed, and how much time will take us to full restoration, which is the last data restoration and also the incremental data restoration. Got it? Yeah. So now what we are gonna do is see this in the real time implementation. So what I have done is created an AWS VM and installed Docker and Docker Compose in it, and pull this GitHub repo such that we have a Docker Compose file to spin up the Postgres, and I have written scripts to back up and restore the Postgres in MongoDB. Right. So let us get with the demo. So this is a VM, guys. Let me clear it. I am using Termius for connecting to the virtual machine in the AWS, which is very nice. So please try it if you have time. Chmod plus X. So we have about 4 scripts here: Mongo backup, Mongo restore, PG backup, and PG restore. First, we should make them executable. Backup dot sh Mongo restore dot sh PG underscore backup dot sh and pg underscore restore dot sh. So yeah, they are now executable, right? Now we have a Docker Compose file. Let us see it first, right? So right here is our Postgres container, and we are exposing port of 5432, and here is our MongoDB container, and we are exposing port of 27017, right? Those are the ports of them. So let us do Docker Compose up minus D. minus d means daemon, and it also runs the process in background, so we can continue with our processes. So let us wait until this is completed, and let us duplicate this such that we can also see the backups. So the interface is also very good in Terminus, that's why I use it. Yeah, we are connected to our VM. So here we have our tech basic coverage repo, and when we start doing the backups, we will have another folder called backups. Okay, yeah, our containers are running now. Let us see. Docker compose ps. As we can see, our Docker containers are running. One is the MongoDB Mongo container name, and another one is Postgres container, right? So what are we gonna do is go to the database, create some data, and create a backup, and then delete the data. So such that if we restore, then we will be able to get into it. So yeah, the first thing, 1 minute. Yeah, the first thing we are gonna do is get into the Postgres container and log into the Postgres DB. Yep, here we are. So there are no tables. Right now, let us create a table called employees and insert some values in it, which are Alice and Bob, who are an engineer and a manager. And after that, let us see, select star from employees. Oh shit, I forgot the semicolon, guys, which is very important in SQL. So we have the data. What we are gonna do is now execute the backup script. Let us do sudo su again, cd tech underscore basic coverage by by dbs and by phase 4, right? Now let's clear the console, and now execute pg dot by pg underscore backup dot sh. Okay, the backup is saved to some folder structure which is home by ubuntu by backups by postgres. Let us get into it then. Ls again, as we can see the backups now by postgres clear. Sorry. Yeah, as you can see, it is saved with the time, and here is the backup.sql. We can also see the backups SQL file. So yeah, as we can see here, we have the total backup file. Now, what we are gonna do is delete the data. Oh shit, I think clear is not valid in this. Okay, now let's select the DT again. There are no tables, and this is the crash we are expected. So our tables are all gone, or someone hacked our database, and our data is totally cleared, and they're demanding us money and stuff, right? So our data is totally clear. Now what we are gonna do is restore it. So, and in the let us see once let us see the PG backup and restore scripts such that you also could understand them. So as you can see, first we are saving the timestamp, and we are specifying the backup directory which we want to store our backups, and we are executing pg dump. This is the command for creating a backup for now. So we are saying that backup has been saved to backup dr. So yeah, we have got that thing. Now let's clear it and again see the cat pg restore dot sh. So what we have here is we are seeing the content and executing it right in the in the Postgres by logging into the DB, right? So what you have to do is change the timestamp here. So let us copy the timestamp from here. Sorry, it is Control Shift V. Right now, instead of cat, we'll do nano. We can do this directly writing commands also, but it would be long and I would forget those commands. So that's why we write scripts for these things. So now dot by pg restore dot sh. Yes, the restore is executed. Now we can go again and check our tables. Yes, here is our employee tables and let us see the employees in it. Yes, our employees are back and our data is back. So this is how you restore a PG database backup, right? So now let's get with the Mongo now, right? Again, I have to paste the execution commands for Mongo. Give me a minute. So now we are logged into the MongoDB. CLS. Yes, we have cleared the console. And what are the DBs we have? Show DBs. We have three DBs, admin config local. Now let's create a new DB called use my DB. So, okay, we have switched to my DB. Now it's time to create the collections and the documents in it. So this is the both. So now let's do it. And let us say show collections. As now we have done it in the products, we have the products collection. Now db dot products dot sorry products dot find dot pretty. So here is our data. Now what we are gonna do is create a backup again. Clear this ls dot by mongo backup dot sh. The backup is created and saved to this path, right? So let us cat mongo backup dot sh and see the what we are doing. Same thing, guys. Timestamp backup directory, and we are executing mongodump. Right. This is what creates a backup. Right now, again, what we are gonna do is copy this timestamp here. So now we are gonna edit again the mongo restore.sh. So where is the timestamp? Yes, we have edited the timestamp. Now what we have left is delete the data in the MongoDB db.products.doc, which will delete the DB. Shit. db.products drop. Okay, now show collections. There is nothing. Show DBs. There are only three DBs now. So what are we gonna do is restore our MongoDB. Mongo restore dot sh. Yes, as we can see that the restoration is successful and the logs are here. Now again, what we are gonna do? CLS and show DBs. Our DB is back, and again show collections, and our products is back, and again DB dot products dot find dot ready. As we can see, our products are also back. So our database is backed up completely, and we can exit the database and clear. So yeah, we have backed up the data in the Postgres and MongoDB, and we are able to successfully restore it. This is how we create backups and restorations in a manual way. Now let us get into the another thing called cron job. So the last task in this, which is left, is 1 minute. So yeah, the phase four, we have a last task called design a backup plan for a system that can't afford more than 5 minutes of data loss. Which means, as we have discussed, we have to back up our data every 5 minutes, and we cannot wait 5 minutes in this video because I'm going to now we are going to discuss about cron job. Cron job means a background job which runs our scripts or something which we want to do at a certain intervals of time, or a certain times, right? So here I have given cron job dot txt, right? So here we can see that here this is the minutes. So you can search the cron job format and you can see what are the meaning of these 5 stars, which are minutes, seconds, hours, and days. So right, so now we have two backups. One is Postgres backup and another one is this thing. So now we are going to paste this in the cron tab E. And remember guys, I am creating backup for 1 minute here. If it is for 5 minutes, it should be number 5. We don't have that time in this video to wait for 5 minutes to see a backup. So that's why I'm creating for 1. Okay. Yeah. It is asking to select the editor. Let us select Nano. Now let us paste our cron jobs here. Right. And here we have created the backup logs, right? So we will be seeing our backup logs in the home by Ubuntu by backup logs. So let us go here, cd dot dot, again cd dot dot ls. So if the cron job runs successfully after 1 minute, we will see this, or we will run it manually for now. Let us wait for 1 minute, guys. So until then, let us see what is cron job format. So yeah, minute, hour, day, month, week, right? So this is the format. If you want to get familiar with it, I don't know this about website crontab.guru. You can go to this and learn about this and experiment yourself, right? Come on, man. I think we started at 8:49, right? It's like that only. Guys, there was a mistake in this thing where we are haven't specified the path correctly, so it was not able to execute. So let us excuse me, guys. So let us change the path. Okay, now let's save it again. Phase 4. Okay, we have made it 8:53. Let us wait until 8:54. The path is correct, right? Tech basic coverage. Let us go and check the PWD ones. So we'll get the path right. Tech basic coverage DBS by phase 4. Tech basic coverage DBS by phase 4. Right, it is correct only. Let us wait and click ls here again. Nope. Let us wait. I think I have to create the backup logs here. Let us see. mkdir backup logs. Come on, man, come on, create it. Yep, guys, we got our backups. Sorry, these are backup logs. Let us pg backup log. Sorry. Yep, Mongo. So what are the mistakes we have done is, guys, one is not specifying the path correctly and another one is not creating the folder for the backup logs to be stored. So let us see again in the backups if there are more files. Cd backups ls cd postgres. So yeah, we have three things. I think another backup is also done now. Clear in cd backup logs. Let us wait. So every time the backup is written, the backup log is written to these things, and the backups are stored with the time in the home by Ubuntu by backups by Postgres and Mongo, right? So these are saved with the time. So we can write another script which can take the time and with a difference of 1 minute. As we can see here, 27, 28. We have to wait for 1 minute, another to see the 29 thing. Yeah, here we got our 29. Right, guys, this is how we run incremental backups. Right, every 1 minute we are backing up the entire db here. This is a full backup, but we should not do this, right? So there are some mechanisms to do it. We can find it online, but still this is how we run. We schedule backups for every 1 minute, but in the task we have to do for every 5 minutes, which we can do by cron tab minus c, sorry, cron tab minus c, by changing this 1 to 5. Got it, guys? Yep, that's all for this video. Thank you, guys. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.